What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, but it's just not any Elliot Scott. I look a little different today, you might ask, because I'm a chibi motherfucker, or is it chibi? I don't know. I'm animated, okay, and I wanted to do this to get my face off the camera for a bit, because I just want to add some spice and variety. I mean, look at my face. No, seriously, look at it. That's pussy repellent. And since my audience is a bunch of beautiful women, I got to step back a little bit. I just want to try something new, okay? But whatever. That's not what this video is about. This video is about men and how they become unappreciative. A lot of women will come to me making it sound like men are pigs, even though there's some good pigs out there like Bacon or Wilbert. So I don't think that's really a good analogy. I would say they're more like rats, like Templeton or Radigan, or snakes like Ka even. Okay, but at the same time, I like to talk to these women and I find out their situation. I'm like, well, okay, we can establish that this guy's an asshole, that he's a piece of shit, but he's not appreciative of you. Yeah, maybe he's blind and doesn't see the good, but look at these things that you're doing that are making him take you for granted. And that's what I wanted to touch on in this video. So with that being said, let's dive in to the top 3 reasons why guys are unappreciative of you beautiful, wonderful ladies. He doesn't appreciate what he doesn't earn. This should be every woman's mantra, because the majority of the time I see a lot of you women, despite me saying it in all my videos, that when a guy goes 0 to 150, don't go with it. Okay, create some mystery, create some tension. You can't just give in, because his job is to court you, to win you over, and things like that. But because women have such an outcome, you're so outcome dependent, you worry about it not getting to where you want it to go. So if you see it going where you want it to go, you just seem to go along with it, if any of that makes sense. So I could take you to a nice campfire. I could take you, ooh, look at this campfire. It's kind of sexy, don't it? I might stay here for a little bit, get a little hot. Or I could take you out stargazing, show you these beautiful stars, share a blanket. Oh, but I only have one. See what I did there? And then literally after that, I have you hooked. That's usually what happens. I show a little bit of effort and you start swarming me like flies. Women, when a guy in the beginning is showing you effort, great. It needs to last a long time, though. He doesn't appreciate what he doesn't earn. He's always going to put forth a front in the beginning. But after so long, it's going to die off, because he sees the intensity from your point, and it ends up coming down to the point where he didn't earn it. You need to make a guy work. Tell that motherfucker to put on his hard hat, to put on that jacket, and to get his ass to work. Okay, that's what has to happen here. A lot of women do not make a guy work. As soon as you see it going forward, you're happy. There's more than that. There's more layers. There's more context. That is something you need to heavily focus on. Context, 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 and his effort over time. We take for granted what is easily available. Now, on top of everything I just said with the first thing, the other thing that's going to happen is he's going to take everything, meaning you, and everything between you two, the context, everything, for granted. And what happens when things are taken for granted? They lose value. He is going to see you less. He is going to text you less. He is going to show less effort. He is going to invest less resources, because it's taken for granted. Now, when something's taken for granted, the value, there's two types of value. There's perceived value and there's actual value. You don't lose your actual value in terms of who you are as a person. I guess I'll use oxygen as a great example. We take for granted the fact that we're able to breathe healthy, functional, semi-quality, I guess, air. Okay, I breathe it in, I breathe it out. I've been doing it. I'm 31 for the last 31 years of my life. I don't think about breathing. It's an automatic response with my mind, brain, body, all the above. But if I were to lose oxygen all of a sudden, I am not going to take for or I choke on something. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to take for granted oxygen as or water, right? I guess even water is a better example. There's water all over the place, healthy, clean drinking water, unless you live in Flint, Michigan. It's all over. I take water for granted, okay, because it's always there. When I brush my teeth, I leave the water on. Sorry, ladies. But that's what I do. So there's perceived value and there's actual value. When things are taken for granted, water's still very valuable, but my perception of it is lessened because it's always there. There is no difference with you, ladies. Your perceived value and your actual value are going to, or your perceived value is going to change. He is going to think less of you. Doesn't mean he necessarily likes you less, but he's not going to invest his resources. The third and final thing is you give without getting what you want back. People don't like when I say this, but love is transaction. There is no way whatsoever you can just give, and give. And trust me, take it from me, I'm a giver. I like giving. But I like giving. But it's not sustainable on both sides, right? I'll explain that. If you're always giving and not getting back. And that's because, again, on both sides, it's all resources. You're eventually going to need to be replenished, right? And that's through getting something in return for your investment. Not only that, if you keep on giving and he's not giving back, then it's just not going to work out. Again, it's going to go back to number 2. He's going to take you for granted. You're always there. You're always giving. The context of the relationship is I don't have to try anymore from his perspective. I don't need to give anything. She likes me. She wants me. There's a loss in power dynamics. You have to demand something back. And that means the guy is going to have to sacrifice. That's just what you do in relationships. It's a transaction. You give to each other because you like each other. And at the same time, you have to make the sacrifices to make it work, okay? So a lot of women out there keep on giving, but they don't ask for anything back. And the reason for that could be she's afraid that if I do... Now this can be your standards. This can be, calling him out on his bullshit. This can be you want him to make more effort, whatever it is. A lot of women are afraid of bringing it up because they don't want to scare the guy off. Or if I say this, Elliot, then the guy's going to pull away. Okay, well, pull away again. Have the guy pull away then, because this is a bullshit fucking relationship that's not going to work out because it's not healthy. It's not balanced. A healthy relationship is balanced, okay, ladies? So with that being said, they're the top 3 things that I think are the reasons why guys lose appreciation or you devalue yourself over time. Again, not blaming you. It's mostly the men, but this is how things unfold sometimes. So that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.